Yo, what's good, G?
Shit, man. Work 30. Ready to take my ass home, bro.
Cool, huh?
Yeah, I'm on break right now. Shit, I'm about to eat these noodles.
Oh man, what my man Nate said, get ready for the Celtics to win 60 games. I think it's over for the Celtics, bro. They moment in the sun.
It's over for them boys.
Yo, what do you think about Luka and a MVP race? Is it time for Luka to start focusing on this individual accolade, bro?
Hell yeah, this is the perfect setup, too.
I
Mavericks done
forgot
traded
Mavericks
them.
had
They
Rick.
done leaked all the information. Fat, lazy, smoke hookah like to drink. Went, boy, this offseason is straight timing, straight demon time, Luca time. You see what he doing in these exhibition games. He is not playing with nobody right now. I see him. I see him putting up. It really depends on how the season go. Cause if LeBron gonna chill and hover around 20 to 22, then Luka probably gonna be at like 33 a game. Like that year, but the year that they went to the finals, I can see him going 33 9 and 9 this year.
I saw a stat. I saw a stat earlier that Luca averaged the most points last year per game since the ABA NBA merger without free throws. He averaged 27 points per game last year without free throws. That was over Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and George Gervin. And this is his second season going into the second campaign for the Lakers, and I'm just wondering at what point will he target that individual accolade, because his name's been in MVP conversations, before, of course, but he hasn't won one yet. And I feel like to be a part of the elite conversations at some point, you have to have hardware. It has to be team oriented as well as individually. So I'm wondering, where does that window really begin for him to focus in on getting the MVP?
Yeah, I think it'll be this year for real. I think this year will be the year he win MVP. I say,
I
yeah, I
mean,
think
I just
this
think
year will be
it's
the year he
insane, bro. He
to
young.
average. What you say? He averaged 27 without free throws.
Last year, number one in since the NBA ABA merger.
That
Michael
just goes
Jordan
to
was
show you how the league.
26.9 back in 86, 87. You had Kobe, who was 26.7 points per game back in the 2005, 2006 campaign.
That's crazy. That just goes to show you how the league evolved too. Cause I'm scoring 27 a game with no free throws, and you gotta think Luka's shooting probably like 11 threes a game, 10 threes a game on a good night. It's just crazy. I think it's starting now though. He been on this since what, his third year, second year. Probably been at about 25 plus every game, every year. Then you had just like last year or the year before last, he was averaging 30, basically 34, 9 and 9. Like, he's getting
He was going
ridiculous.
crazy.
Once we all he gotta do, like you said, is get some hardware, and then it ain't gonna be no more discussion after that.
When you look at the history books, when you talk about those guys like Michael and Kobe, like they didn't wait around. They came at the league, they went hard, and they took their spots, especially when the MVP is concerned. I wonder how challenging that could be for Luca, knowing you got a guy like LeBron James on the same team. Even if LeBron is willing to defer, his presence is so big time. I'm just wondering, how could realistically somebody be an MVP for a season, and you have a teammate like LeBron James. Even though I don't consider him selfish, he's just that impactful to me.
It's just times is different now. Brown older now, so We understand that Brown is going to do a lot of heavy lifting, but to a certain extent. That's why they went and got Luka, so he could carry them through them regular season games, and whatever LeBron still got left in the tank, he either gonna close it or I think we need to do like how Luka played last year, where he's such a great scorer in the first half, but then when the second half come around, he looking for LeBron or he just don't have the legs. I think it should be the other way around. Let Bron set the tone for you. You get all the shooters involved. I think it just need to be the opposite, so that way we can have Luka in the second half of games when the games get tight. But
So what's the expectation for Luca in the start of the games then? If you got LeBron really holding the weight for the duration of the game, at least the first half, what's your expectations for Luca then? Defense?
well, yeah, for one, he's gonna have to at least show effort. You know what I'm saying? You in shape now, so just show effort. Like when he first got to LA last year, we understand he wasn't good, but he showed the effort and gave effort. So get DeAndre Ayton. This is how I think about it. Kind of like how LeBron do it. Like I'm not gonna force the issue offensively, even though I can. Let me get the rest of the guys incorporated. You know what I'm saying? Get DeAndre Ayton a few live touches. If it depends on who our starting lineup is too. Like build the confidence in the others, so that way when it's your time to come around, they'll still be ready. You feel me? You know, Luke always gonna be ready for that moment. Brown always gonna be ready. But AR, Rui, shit, DeAndre Ayton, Marcus Smart, if he's actually gonna hit threes this year and just not be shooting a whole bunch of bullshit, you know what I'm saying? You just gotta make it easier for yourself instead of coming out putting up 20 in the first half, 30 in the first half. Maybe come out get you like 10, 15, and 5. It really just depends
Right.
on like who we playing and the matchups, but get everybody else confidence up so that way when it do come down to the clutch moments, oh they doubling Luca. AR still he got a rhythm. He be getting the ball all game. Rui, he got a rhythm. He be getting the ball a few times in the game. DeAndre A might get you a post bucket in the clutch because he got his confidence up. So more chemistry wise with it. And plus we had a full off season to really lock in.
Right.
Vando wasn't hurt this year. He could work out, get his mid range right. Trying to prove that Luka got in shape. We see it in the exhibition games because he's going stupid. Just more continuity. It'll be better for us, I think, to go that way. Cause LeBron, if this gonna be his last year in LA, boy, you know I want to see a show. Come on, Brian.
Oh, you already know.
Go
But
ahead and set that tone.
when we talk about Luca, possibly running for the MVP or trying to target this, I mean, I feel like Luca's entering his prime years physically and mentally right now. And excuse me, he hasn't won a championship. He came close a couple years ago. What do you think is more important to his legacy? I know it's championship above everything, but Luca is what 27 years of age.
Yeah,
What do you think is really more important to his legacy to win? Now, I know this is kind of an odd question, but the championship or the regular season MVP? What do you think is most important to come first for
I
Luca?
think the championship, cause it's kind of like I can't think of a comparison, but like I feel like the basketball world, the consensus knows that Luca has the ability to win a MVP.
Okay,
We've seen it. He's shown it. He's done it. But even Luca, he like I'm here in LA to win championships. So just like Kobe probably should have had 2 to 3 MVPs. We understand Steve Nash had a better record team, all that stuff, but Kobe had the ability to win MVPs, but he was focused on championships, which all the great players should be. So Luca, I already know he focused on that chip. You get that chip, can't nobody say nothing to you. All that stuff they was talking in Dallas, we don't feel like we can win with a 6'9" hookah smoker. That'll all be put to bed. And you not gonna have nothing to say then. We know he can average 33, 35, 9 and 9 on any
right.
given night. But the chip is where it's at. Once you get that hardware, they can't say nothing to you.
If Luca doesn't win an MVP, in his career and
Bro.
doesn't win a championship, would you still consider him elite
Yeah,
when it's all said and done based off of what you've already seen?
yeah,
Okay.
has to be kind of
So
like
he
that,
he
kind of like
solidified to you as an elite player, period.
yeah,
Okay.
like James Harden. Like it's kind of like a more efficient, just a little bit more efficient. I don't want to sound crazy, but James Harden was giving you 30 or 36 a night while giving you great playmaking. I think Luka's a better rebounder, but it's basically in that tier. Like players that are so elite offensively that they just it's nothing you can do with them.
I don't think it's a. I agree with you what you said earlier. I don't think it's a priority either way, MVP or championship. I think the fans know that Luka is good enough and equipped enough and relevant enough to be a value a MVP before his career is over with, as well as be a champion before
Right.
it's over with. I do see him. Do you think he's going to stack more team hardware than individual hardware? I think he already got the scoring title. He might have been co-rookie of the year, if I'm not mistaken. You got the All-Star MVPs and all this other stuff. Do you think he'll stack more team hardware before it's all said and done? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Cause I feel like for one, the injury that he got last year, where he was out a lot of games, I feel like that set him back.
Okay.
Cause he was what was he 30? Like I said, 33-9-9. But he came into the season dealing with an injury. I feel like that kind of while he was gone, that put the spotlight on other players. Shea done took off. He's consistent now. Anthony Edwards was starting to progress. Now he's here. Now he's still progressing. You got Jokic who been doing it for a while, still doing it for a while. So it's just the league is so talented. Where it's like where that time off that Luka was gone, and gave them time to get into the spotlight, make their MVP cases, et cetera, et cetera. But it's all about this season, bro. A motivated Luka, I'm scared. I'm scared.
But some of the names that you listed, the Shays, the Jokic,
Hmm.
they won individual hardware. They got them MVPs under their belt.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
kind of tough because the year that Luka did go 33-9-9, I think it was the fourth seed. Who won it that year? Jokic.
Probably because he
I
won it
think
what 2 years in a
Won it
row.
that year. So it's gonna be hard to beat Jokic or Shea for an MVP on top of that as well because Jokic is averaging triple double on what 60 true shooting or better, and Shay's giving you 33, 5 and 5 on the same split. Like it's crazy. Like the level, the amount of talent that you have to compete with just to win MVP in this league is crazy.
I think Luca is going into a very, very unique situation though, because anybody can argue that the Lakers is Luca's team now. I
Right.
don't even want to debate that right now. But my thing is, no matter what he does, the spotlight is going to get shared because it's LeBron's farewell tour, whether it's this year or next year. So
Yeah.
he's going to have to split that, one way or another. And the hard cold truth for the NBA is respect is earned with trophies. You can
Right.
score 50 every night, but if you don't have rings, if you don't have those individual accolades, people at some point are going to ask Luca and question his greatness. I don't think as far as a skill set, but when you comparing names, he's going to have to, because if you got all these young guys like, God forbid, Anthony Edwards wind up being an MVP in the next 2 to 3 years. And Luca still haven't won one. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be a interesting conversation. Um, but again, I feel like Luca might got some leeway because LeBron is still around. But once LeBron is gone, Luca will be what, 9, 10 years in? The
Yeah.
expectations will be sped up from the fan base. People are going to definitely be wanting Luca to win now. They're not going to give him that much time. He might not have that much time.
You damn sure right, boy. Soon as LeBron leave that team and the spotlight is solely on Luca, that boy gonna get that LeBron treatment. Oh, he's not winning. He's not Kobe. He's not this and that. not this and that. He's just an offensive player, no defense. Oh, he gonna get that real bad if he don't bring no hardware to LA.
I like the fact that they're allowing him, according to reports. I don't know what's actual fact or not, but it seems reportedly that Luka has been involved in recruiting and helping making decisions with this quote unquote new Lakers team. I'm wondering if they ultimately going to let him make the big decisions, or if they're allowing him just to satisfy him being a star at this point, because this is a new owner in Mark Walters. Um, Baseball is different. I understand that, but when we talk about business, the Dodgers, they have that winning recipe. Magic Johnson is a part of the Dodgers. Don't be surprised if the Lakers start off slow, or if they decide to let go of Rob Pelinka. Magic Johnson come right back into the mix. You won't have LeBron James to worry about. So that whole friction between Magic and LeBron will be irrelevant. Uh,
Right.
this is a interesting story when we talk about Luka and these Lakers. Should he be focusing on the MVP now? Should he be focused on winning his first championship? It's a lot to go in, but I was just sitting here wondering, like, man, at what point does Luka have to put his foot on the gas and try to get some of this individual hardware? And how hard is it going to be when you got James as a teammate?
Uh, I don't think it's that tough. Well, now because of LeBron's age, if this was like, say, this was like 2018 LeBron or 2019, 2020 LeBron, I feel like it'd be a little bit more pressure because LeBron is going to be enforcing himself more on the game and doing more for his team. But I feel like LeBron and Luka are like they mentally I feel like they on the same page. Like I think Luka understand that these Bron last days, so I'm gonna play my best while he here. And if we win the chip, we win the chip. But I think LeBron is talking to Luka almost every day, just giving him tips, pointers, get your body in shape, getting good cahoots with the organization. We got a new owner.
Mhm.
Talk to him. Getting good spirits with him. Because if he bring Magic back, Magic would love to be in that front office with Luka,
Oh yeah,
chopping it up, making decisions. So if Rob Pelinka does go, that would be that what I think would be perfect. Because they two great playmakers to me. Feel like they would see the game on a certain level where Magic will understand where he's coming from and not make the same mistakes that he did in the past,
right.
letting Zubac go, letting the other Josh Hart go, players like that we need, like Luka had in Dallas, P.J. Washington, Derek Lively, certain players that you can't let go of that'll help the game be easier for Luka.
My concern about Luka winning an MVP bit in the LeBron era with the Lakers is not even so much LeBron, him hating or him doing anything that could manipulate it. It's the
Right,
media. And
right.
I know the media don't all love LeBron, but I know that I'm just wondering, because you look at how they disrespected him as far as his condition and Luka and stuff, and he's been working hard to get himself together. But I just find it so hard to vision a teammate of LeBron being considered um, the league MVP the way these media, vote on this award at the end of the day. Like, we've seen Anthony Davis ball at a point, but could you? I never realistically felt like AD could have been named the MVP of the Lakers while LeBron
Um,
was in uniform.
The only way that could have happened is if we would have kept AD and from the start of the season. You remember when AD was averaging what, like 28, 12, 2 blocks?
Hmm.
I think we was like 13-4. We was top four in the West. If he could have kept that production up and we bring the defense around, because we was still a badass defense with AD on the team. I don't know how. Well, I do know how, but shouldn't have been. But if he would have kept that up, I feel like he could have won it. But it's really just because, like you said, the media, how they feel about LeBron, the narratives that are gonna go into it. But at this stage of LeBron's career, he know what time it is. He know
Right.
what he can do. He know how many years he got left. I feel like he gonna prioritize these last few years. Okay, if we don't win the chip this year, where am I gonna go? Am I gonna give it my all this year to maximize this championship window with Luka, which I think LeBron is gonna do. But LeBron always got a backup plan. Always.
So here's one of my last questions for you, Bit, before we get up out of here. A lot of people feel like even with the championship in 2020, LeBron's Lakers career has been a failure. If
I've been seeing that a
Luca,
lot.
exactly, if Luca was to not win a championship in purple and gold, do you see a way where the fan base will say the same for Luca?
Yeah, especially like depending on how it all shakes down, depending on what help he gets, what help he doesn't get. Laker Nation always gonna be on his ass. If
Okay.
you don't bring a chip to Laker Nation, they're going to be on you. The same way they did LeBron when he first came. You not Kobe. We don't want you here. A lot of people didn't even want nobody in their wildest dreams ever would have ever thought Luka would have been on the Lakers. Like I'm still shocked to this day that the trade even went through. If he
Right.
don't win the chip in LA, it's gonna be labeled as a failure. And to the LeBron tenure in LA being a failure, I can agree somewhat, but to me it's kind of like the back end of Kobe's career 2.0. LeBron got more help. He was able to get a chip, even though it was a bubble. I don't really give a fuck about it being a bubble. It's basketball. You don't need fans. You don't need all that extra shit. All you need is 10 people in the ball.
Right.
So if he doesn't win a ring, it's gonna be a failure. But they have to do the right things and get the right people in place. They know what time it is. They know the West ain't no joke. You seen what Joker just got Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway. You seen Houston just got KD. Might extend him for a few years. Ain't no telling how the rest of the league gonna shake out. So he got to get it done. I don't think LeBron's tenure in LA was a failure, in my opinion. But if you win a ring in 5 years, 6 years, he's been with LA longer than any other team. And this is the back end of Bron's career. And he still got you a chip.
Yep.
So that's a B minus to me, or a B.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna go on the other side of this or the argument bit. I'm gonna disagree. I'm gonna say that Luca's gonna get a pass, even if he doesn't win the championship. I'm not gonna say that he's gonna get a pass totally because you're absolutely right. Fans of Lakers land do not um, acknowledge number two championship or bust. It's always been the expectation. So I get that. But the way it seems like these fans hate LeBron and willing and wanting LeBron James to be gone, I feel like Luca bringing in a different vibe, a different culture to the
Mm,
Lakers, that will satisfy these guys or this fan base enough, especially like you mentioned and pointed out earlier. If Luca doesn't get the right supporting cast, I don't know if you can expect him to really be a superhero
right.
at this point. So help is going to definitely play a role. But if he doesn't get the help, but if he's able to turn the page on this LeBron era, I think the Lakers fans will at least appreciate that the way they vilify James now.
Yeah.
I think he might be able to get away without winning the chip.
They gonna have to be satisfied, especially if they turn this page in. Even if he don't win, he consistently take you to second round conference finals. You gotta be satisfied, especially if you don't get the help. I can see it going either way, but we know how Laker fans are. It's championship or bust. Man, I feel like they feel like I feel like they gonna trade Luka as like they baby. They got they got another star, and they gonna try and do everything to make him happy. Shit, that's what I would think. You got a new owner. He not afraid to spend no money, so make some shake.
Is there a way to campaign for James? I mean, I'm not trying to force you to say that this is still LeBron's team or anything like that. But I'm just saying, is it any way to argue or debate that maybe people need to still slow their roll? LeBron is actually proven. Luca respectfully is not. Is there any way to still campaign for James in this final run as
Like
being
what?
the number one guy?
Being a number one guy. Um, Honestly, I don't think so. I
Really?
think I think LeBron has to be the number two on this team. Not as in a sense like it's just not the same LeBron. That's really what it is. Like I was watching Jeff T podcast. He like Brian out here getting blocked by Mike Conley and shit. I'm like, that did happen. Like some of the shit that we see him from Brian is just because he's old. Like it's just that time. We might not be able to accept it, but LeBron is in that mode where
Why do we have to judge overall bodies of work by plays? Like,
that's the same thing they do with 2011. Like, yeah,
true.
LeBron played bad, but y'all out here saying JJ Barea outplayed him and Jason Terry. Oh yes, Jason Terry scored 0.1 more points than LeBron.
Right.
In defense, playmaking, that doesn't matter. But it's got to be he got to be the number two. We seen it this postseason. LeBron is gonna get tired. I feel like that when he got whatever injury he had, where we had that tough stretch of games, and he sat out, that was a turning point. You could see in LeBron's play, the way he was moving. He had an MCL strain after the series. It's just he's just old now, man. We can't expect him to do what he used to do. It's just like we compare players. We literally compare the greatest players in today's game to damn near three different versions of LeBron. Like that's how good that man is, and you really can't expect him to keep giving you the same thing year after year. Last year was the first year he didn't average 25. He ain't did that in 20 years.
But my thing is
Defensively,
this, bro. Are we forgetting about what's best for the team? I mean, yo, you got Luka coming in. You had AD. Are
yeah.
you saying that LeBron couldn't average 25? That's where I'm at with it. Maybe LeBron took a step back to appease what was actually happening for the organization. Are we actually saying that that James can't average 25 now?
Nah, he definitely can.
Oh,
He
that's what
def-
I'm saying. Y'all keep saying James ain't the same James, but I'm just like, okay, nobody remains the same. But LeBron has always been a freak of nature. So even him at 40 isn't your Vince Carter 40. It's not your
right.
regular average 40-year-old man. Like he, he's he's like a 30-year-old man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like he's
Yeah,
different. But
yeah.
I get it. I guess it's time to
It's just
turn the
like you
corner.
said. What's best for the team? Are we asking LeBron to give us 25, and that might tax him throughout the season? Where the postseason he might not
Right,
have his best foot forward.
right.
That's why I'm like, if Bron is gonna hover at 20 to 22, I could see Luka averaging 30 to 33. I could see AR maybe going up to like 22. It really just depends on how the season goes. Is Marcus Smart gonna be a viable defender? We haven't seen him play in a minute. Is the 3-point shot still there? Are you still making dumbass decisions on the court with a Luka and LeBron on the court? Just give him the ball, get out of the way, please.
Well, you giving me a great idea, Bit. The next time you and I link, hopefully we can link back up before this weekend is out. I want to talk about everybody else on the Lakers other than LeBron and Luka. I want to
Yeah,
focus in on the role players and the supporting cast because at the end of the day, if the Lakers are going to do anything of substance, it's going to be because of those guys as well.
right. We need
Word,
DeAndre Ayton to step up, have a big year. You got to be motivated. It's LA. You got
word.
Luka and LeBron on your side.
All right, so we about to tap out and I am about to end this stream over on YouTube. If you guys are checking out us on YouTube, man, make sure y'all come on over to the playback room and join us in Lakers land. We got some new things coming down the pipeline this week, actually. Shout out to Playback. I'll give you guys more detail in the next couple of days. But make sure y'all come on over to our playback room and join it for free. We also got free VIPs for all Lakers games this season. So